Joining us now on today's edition of the Megacast is David Elkus. He is the owner of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers as well as Todd's Menswear and is with us again on the Megacast. David, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for offering.
So,
This morning.
Yeah, nice to see you as well. So we are in the middle of Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear Suitember, which is a men's shopping event that is aiming to strike a couple of different bullet points, a couple of different goals during the month of September that both involve suits. Tell us about those goals and what your campaign is during Suitember.
Sure. First and foremost, our goal is to be able to tell the world, why wearing a suit is a better choice than wearing casual, as it helps you have more authority. It provides a better look and commands more respect from the people around you. We're also using this as an opportunity to raise money for Friendship Circle. And at our Todd's store, we're running a trade-in event where people trade in their old suits for a new suit, the old suit going to vets returning home.
And so as people are participating in this through your two retailers for suits, how do those purchases then go and benefit some of these charities? How much of the funds from those purchases are going toward charities, and what charities are being supported through the Suitember initiative?
Sure. So let me go back one step. Suitember is really a national event. It's something that we started, and we've invited other retailers to join us with. We have retailers across the country who have joined in. You can see them on our website at Suitember.com. And each retailer works their promotion a little bit differently with different charities. In our case, at Barron's, 10% of the sales of anyone coming in who mentions the Friendship Circle, 10% of their purchases will be donated directly to Friendship Circle. At Todd's, the suits that are being traded in are going to be given to vets returning home. They'll use them for their own purposes, whether it's job searches or rounding out a closet or providing a closet, or they also have a resale shop if it goes down that path, their choice. If you're not familiar with Friendship Circle, it's in West Bloomfield, a phenomenal organization. They help children with special needs, and now they're helping adults with special needs as well. It's really a beautiful facility, and they do wonderful, wonderful work.
More information can be found on Suitember at Suitember.com. You can also learn more about the Friendship Circle by visiting friendshipcircle.org. Friendshipcircle.org to learn more about that. You can find participating retailers also. If you're not in this local area and can't go to Todd's or to Barron's, you can find all the participating retailers throughout Michigan, as well as many other states, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Texas, California, and Virginia. Suitember.com for more information. David, what is the history and the background of Suitember? When did this begin, and why was this initiative initially put into place?
So the story actually starts about 3 years ago now. I was looking for an idea around how to promote suits, and at the same time, I needed to take a long drive to Chicago. I invited my daughter, 22 at the time, to join me for the long drive. She had lots of questions about her future, about the world, and so forth, and she jumped at the opportunity. While we were driving, she was talking all the way down to Chicago about her questions of the world. We stopped for lunch. She was talking. We did the business that I came to Chicago to do. And on the way back, she started it up again. I said, Audrey, I have to ask you a few questions. I need an idea to tell the world all about suits. We need like a month-long celebration of all things suits to explain why people will look better, act better. It's like a magic vitamin pill to be able to be the best you. What can we do? And she gave me a quick look and said, well, that's obvious, Dad. Suitember. Can we get back to my questions? And there it was. So we went ahead and rolled forward with it. We've copyrighted the name and offered to other retailers to be able to do the same, trying to put together a real initiative to explain why wearing a suit will help you be the best you, as opposed to being more casual.
And just these few years since, this has really expanded. It's gone beyond your two retailers to other retailers in Michigan and in several states and different regions of the country. How surprised are you, if at all, that this has grown so significantly in just these few years that you've been doing this?
Well, I think that the suit retailers of the country all know the secret, and it's no secret. I mean, it used to be common for people to dress for work. Dress for success comes from legitimate scientific studies. Um, and indeed, there are plenty of other studies since then in the past couple of years also reflecting that people work better when they're wearing suits. So I'm not surprised that it's grown. I guess really where I'm surprised is that more retailers haven't said this is a great idea. Let's start working this message as well within our communities.
We're joined by David Elkus. He is the owner of Barron's Wholesale as well as Todd's Clothiers, joining us. Todd's Menswear and Barron's Wholesale Clothiers joining us today on the Megacast. You can learn more about Suitember as well as all the participating businesses here in Michigan and throughout the U.S. by visiting Suitember.com. That is Suitember.com, Suitember.com for more information and how you can participate as well. So let's go back down to that confidence boost and that productivity boost that you said comes from people wearing a suit and just being in that sort of a mindset that comes with wearing that particular outfit. What are some of those benefits that you have found and others have found to be what comes from wearing a suit and dressing up, even in situations outside of the office, maybe where suits aren't commonplace?
So again, this is scientific research that's been shown. It's been reported in the Wall Street Journal, amongst other places, and Psychiatry Today, I believe, is the other periodical it appeared in. When people are wearing suits, it changes their own mindset as well as the mindset of the people that they're working with. You've heard, of course, the derogatory term of somebody talking about mindless management in suits, but the reality is when someone's wearing a suit, they do command more respect. They do think differently than when they're wearing casual. It tells the body we're in work mode and we're here to do something important and let's get to it, as opposed to putting on casual clothing, which tells the mind that it's time to relax and take it easy. Studies have shown that when you're dressed well, that you're able to negotiate better, think more creatively, interestingly enough, and to put out your best effort. Casual Fridays started back in the late 80s as a event from Levi Strauss. They had hired a psychologist who came to the determination, as requested, to find that people were more comfortable wearing jeans to work, and therefore they should be more creative. It wasn't necessarily a great link to that study. However, that's what happened. And at the time, corporate America was looking for ways to provide benefits to their people that didn't cost anything. So we now have Casual Fridays, which of course ran across the country like wildfire, and Casual Days, period, became the norm today. But nobody went back and said, were we more efficient? Were we working better? Were we more effective before or after? And studies now have shown that, in fact, people are more effective when they're wearing suits.
So another effort within Suitember is your trade-in and trade-up program. Give us an overview of that, how people can participate if you're looking to get an upgrade in their suit.
Certainly. Thank you for asking. So, our trade in promotion at Todd's Menswear in Royal Oak, someone comes in with their old but perfectly serviceable suit, trades it in towards a new one. They receive dollars off of their new suit purchase, and the old suit is given to vets returning home in Roseville. They have a mission to help veterans who are coming back to this country after their service and are having a difficult time reintegrating into society. So they use their resources to help those people come back into society and be productive members again. It's it's a wonderful program. They do very good work and they help a lot of people get back on their feet. So we're very pleased to be able to work with them.
We're joined by David Elkus. He is joining us from Barron's Wholesale Clothiers and Todd's Menswear, where he is the owner of both those businesses. On today's edition of the Megacast, you can learn more information about Suitember, including all the locations participating here in Michigan and around the U.S. by visiting Suitember.com. Suitember.com is the website for more information. And David, when we had you on last year to talk about Suitember, we had a little bit more time. We're a more abbreviated show now. It's just an hour, so these segments are a little bit shorter. But you talked about kind of the extensive history of the suit and the ways that it's changed over the years and how the trends have kind of led into one another and maybe even crossed back along the way. And so right now, at this moment in time, what are you noticing as someone that's in that industry are some of the trends that people are following and their purchases for suits and the styles they're going along with a really versatile outfit that is the suit?
So, interesting question. Thank you for asking. So, nothing is ever static in the world of fashion. In menswear, it always looks the same until you start looking a little bit closer. And there's always different pockets, different trends, different things that excite different people for different reasons. So, as time has gone on, we found that the idea of dressing well has shifted over time. It has gone from very extensive garb of Elizabethan era into a sleeker, more modern fit that we wear today. Um, the goals were to make it universal, to make it more approachable, easier for people to wear while still looking crisp, clean, and effective. Um, and we still see the same trends in place today. The differences are, again, pockets of different style, pockets of different fashion. So for the past number of years, we've seen tighter fitting clothes, slim fits, extra slim fits, super slim fits, pasted on slim fits, if you will. Now it's starting to go in the other direction. It'll take quite a while for it to really turn the ship of fashion, but we're starting to see styles become a tad looser, a little bit more open, a little bit more comfortable. This, by the way, is not only in suits, but in jeans and casual clothes as well. And you'll start to see that progress, and you'll notice it over the next year or two or three. We're also seeing trends for colors going in both directions. That is, lots of guys who don't own many suits are sticking with very traditional clothes, solid navies, charcoals, a little bit brighter blues. But we see other guys who are wearing clothing to express themselves go off into some more interesting looks, some more interesting designs that have double-breasted clothing, very wide lapels, decorations on the coats, just unusual sorts of looks to stand out and to be seen. So yes, it's always changing. It's very dynamic. And while the pandemic has slowed some of that growth down, on the other hand, the different pockets of fashion have exploded in their own worlds. So some of the novelty or interesting looks have become out there and really interesting, really cool. But it will all shift again as the seasons continue.
More information can be found on Suitember.com, including a nice little piece about the history of suits, as well as, of course, all of the businesses here in Michigan, all the retailers here in the Great Lakes State and throughout the region and across the country that are participating in Suitember. Go out and explore this website, learn more about Suitember, maybe even explore upgrading your suit and helping some people in your local community through these retailers that are participating. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Tyler, for giving me the opportunity.